Hello and welcome to Junior Retrospection. On this episode,
Whoa! What are you doing?
I'm doing the intro.
No. It's the new season. It's me and Colin back to the usual programming.
Oh, so you don't need me then?
Well, not this week, no, but I'm sure you'll get back at some point.
Oh, alright then. Not on my contract, but okay. Well, Roger, count them in.
3, 2, 1, go!
Hello and welcome to another edition of Retrospection. Before we continue as usual, we should let our listeners know that there is a new website for the podcast, retrospectionpodcast.com. This site includes news, reviews and general articles that follow the themes in our podcasts. You can comment on any of the posts, or if you still use email, you can reach us via info@retrospectionpodcast.com. We're also still on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Now, the site may have a few quirks until it settles in. These are features, not flaws.
Keep telling yourself that.
So it's a new season, new logo, new website, new email address. Same old crappy jokes.
You're not wrong. Yeah. I worried though for a second. I thought you were going to say new co-host.
Oh, give me a second to just let me just feel that how that feels.
You didn't think it through, Colin, did you?
No. But in this episode, we're taken to the high seas as we take a stormy voyage through the North Sea hijack from 1980, also known as ffolkes.
Yeah, what do you prefer?
Oh, North Sea hijack.
Do you?
Yeah, why would you call it ffolkes? That was meaningless.
Oh, I'm surprised. I would have thought you'd love a good folk.
That's the worst. I was right when I said same old crappy jokes.
Why did you think I laughed when you said it?
I was being kind. I didn't realise. I was elevating us.
I was hoping that I wouldn't have to manoeuvre you into it, and I didn't. So that's one good thing. So.
Wow.
I do prefer North Sea hijack. I mean, Folks tells you nothing if you don't know anything about the film.
No. And what's weird is that that's the American title.
Yeah, but I mean, then again, have you seen the poster?
Yeah. Contrary to some of the creative poster artwork, this film doesn't feature a bevy of burly clad women.
It reminds me of the Diamonds Are Forever poster. You know, where he's with the oil rig, and in the poster as well, he's got all the women hanging off his legs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he hates women.
Yeah. And there's only 2 women, really, three if you count the Prime Minister in the film.
That's right, yeah. And she's not hanging off his leg.
No.
And also in the poster, he's a big giant, Roger, isn't he? Standing on top of the oil rig in the poster, holding a gun, very much like James Bond, in that James classic Bond pose. And his other hand, it seems to be stopping a geyser of oil spurting out of the oil rig.
Well, how would you stop her?
But there's no spurting of any kind in this film, let alone oil.
Oh, that's true. There's not. Yeah. Anyway, do you mind if I do my introduction before we get into it?
All right, go on.
My name's Colin, and you whack that ladder like a dinner gong. Do it again, and I'll have your balls for breakfast. That's
quite scary. I don't like that. And my name's Paul, and let's just play patty cake together and get this over with.
I can't do it again. We're always playing that game, were you?
That's privileged information. You shouldn't be telling the listeners that.
So IMDb says when terrorists take over 2 oil rigs and threaten to blow them up if their demands are not met, an eccentric anti-terrorism expert volunteers his unique commando unit to stop them.
And he is eccentric. That is true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are unique. What's unique about them is they're all fuzzy felts. They cling really well to vertical green fuzz. Turns out, disastrous at sea, they're really flocked.
Hold on a minute, and you were having a go at my folks joke earlier?
I don't know, you know what flocking is, don't you?
I do know what flocking is, yes.
That's what fuzzy felts stick to. The film stars Roger Moore as Ffolkes, James Mason as Admiral Brinsden, Anthony Perkins as Kramer, Michael Parks as Schulman, David Hedison as King, and Leah Brody as Sanna.
Oh, do you remember when you had casts like that?
Yeah, it's a pretty good one, right?
It is. The director as well. He's got quite a good catalogue of films that he's done as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he directed The Wild Geese, which we covered back in episode 38.
Was it really that long ago? Doesn't time fly when you're having fun, Colin?
I wouldn't know. Oh, you should say his name. It's Andrew V. McLaglen.
Mm-hmm. He also directed Hellfighters, starring John Wayne.
Ah, now that's interesting because that is, of course, the film that is loosely based on the life of Red Adair, who gets a mention in this film.
That's right. And the other Roger film, besides The Wild Geese, that he worked on was The Seawolves.
Yes, I'm sure at some point we'll end up doing that one.
I'm sure we will. Yeah, I'm sure we will. I think we'll probably just end up doing every Roger film eventually.
Or every Andrew V. McLaglen film.
Possibly.
Yeah, possibly. Now, this film is based on the novel Esther, Ruth and Jennifer, which is the names of the rigs and the ship.
Mm-hmm.
It's by Jack Davis, who also wrote the screenplay. Tried to find the novel, but it's impossible to locate.
Oh, you can't find it anywhere?
No, I couldn't. No, there's a hardcover, but it's like $185 or something silly.
I see. That's unusual. You can usually find at least a dog-eared copy, paperback copy somewhere on eBay, can't you? But...
Yeah, and it totally came out as like a pulp paperback.
Mm-hmm. Be one of those finds that you'll wander into a charity shop or a car boot sale one day and it'll just be sat on a table.
Yeah, and I'll get it because I bet it's interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
This came out between Moonraker and For Your Eyes Only, which is interesting because of the direction For Your Eyes Only went in.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a little more serious, right, than previous Roger Moore films.
It is. But Roger felt that he was miscast in this, though, didn't he?
I didn't know that, did he?
Yeah, which is interesting considering that he felt that For Your Eyes Only wasn't suited to him, didn't he? It wasn't suited to his portrayal of Bond.
Because it wasn't as light and wisecracking.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's wrong.
Right.
And we love Roger, and and he can do no wrong, but his opinion was wrong because both in this, he's completely the right person for it, I think.
Yeah, and I'm surprised because I thought this was a film that he would have wanted to do to take his character away from that of James Bond.
Well, he actually, it was his wife that convinced him to play the role of Ffolkes when she read the book and he read the book, and
okay.
She said, you should do this. And I think it was for that reason, but I don't think he was ever really comfortable.
All right. Before we continue, as this film features bombs, I thought I'd introduce our own ticking time bomb. In my hands is an envelope. In this envelope is a phrase. If you say this phrase, then the podcast ends no matter what point we are at.
Okay.
Yeah, ticking in the background, just over here.
Is this a phrase I'm known for saying?
No clues, Paul. Don't get clues with bombs.
I don't like pressure like this. All right.
Just be in the background, okay. Always there.
Okay. All right.
Ticking away. Tick, tick, tick. Like that.
All right. Okay, I'll be on my toes.
Oh, no, you said no.
Damn.
Thank you for listening.
Drop the mic.
Any more news? Any more info?
Well, it's not going well in Russia, apparently.
No, it's going all right in Russia. It's Ukraine that's the problem.
That's true. Apparently 1,000 seasick tablets were handed out to the cast and crew while filming on the ship. And apparently there were also injections in the bottom for those that the tablets didn't work on.
Could you take both?
I suppose if you were adventurous enough.
Was it just one person took 999 of the tablets?
So everyone else had to have the injection up the bum?
Yeah.
James Mason was a cat lover, and apparently was horrified one day when he discovered that the crew was sedating many of the cats used on the film.
Oh, I'm with James Mason on this one.
Yeah, that wouldn't fly today, would it? At all.
It shouldn't have flown
It
back then
shouldn't.
either.
What was it, 1980? I suppose we're still the 70s, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anthony Perkins was cast very late in the day, as previously the production at...
What, like 7 p.m., 8 p.m.?
Or like 11.
Oh, okay.
As the production had tried for both, and these are some strange ones. Now, one of them I can imagine, but the other one, very, very strange. Donald Sutherland. I can imagine Donald Sutherland doing it. Yeah.
Yes.
But he'd
Yep.
play it a bit more
Yep.
crazy, I think, wouldn't he?
I think he would, yeah.
And the other one was Robert Mitchum.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he'd just play it as a standard heavy, wouldn't he?
I think he'd play it as Robert Mitchum. To be honest. And I like Robert Mitchum.
So do I, but I think you're absolutely right on that one, Colin. Yes, he would. Yeah. Robert Mitchum plays Robert Mitchum parts, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Besides the obvious Roger Moore connection to Bond, we also have, as you said, David Hedison, who starred as Felix Leiter in 2 Bond films. Can you name them?
Okay, can I name the 2 Bond films that Felix License to Kill?
Mm-hmm.
And the other one.
Oh,
Can't remember
it's
the
a
other
Roger
one.
one.
Oh, Spy Who Loved Me.
Live and Let Die.
That was a guess. Ah, okay.
And George Baker, who also appeared in 2 Bond movies. Can you name those?
Now, he's the Felix Leiter Light, right?
No.
Wasn't he? No. Oh, no, he's the villain in Living Daylights. No, wait. Oh, he played Miss Moneypenny in...
No, shall I tell you? He was in The Spy Who...
No, I can keep
I
going.
know you
Paul,
can.
I can just
I know.
keep going. He played Odd Job.
But he's done a very few odd jobs, but no, that wasn't him. He's in The Spy Who Loved Me, and he's also in On Her Majesty's Secret Service. He's the guy that Bond goes to about the family tree crest.
And who does he play in the other film?
He plays, I think he's part of the Admiralty. He's one of the people that they talk about, the submarine being sunk and all of that. Yeah.
Right.
Richard Harris apparently was the first choice for Folks to play Folks in this.
When did Juggernaut come out?
I think that was just before this, maybe a couple of years before.
Yeah, so it's a very similar type of character. Well, not obviously the idiosyncrasies of this character, but the fact that he's stopping terrorists setting off a bomb. It's very similar.
Exactly, and I think that's why he turned it down, because I read that he was just tired of playing heroic characters at that point.
Also, where's he going to get the booze if he's out on the sea all the time?
That is very true. That is a major factor to consider, isn't it?
Yeah. They'd have to have a helicopter just bringing it in.
Yes. And the other thing I just wanted to say was that the film grossed just under $2 million in the US.
Yeah, it was a bomb, right?
Mm-hmm. I think people were expecting a Bond movie, and I don't think that, as you say, they didn't help themselves with that poster.
No, not at all.
No.
It's a great poster. It's a terrible poster.
Yes, it's the kind of poster you'd want on your wall, isn't it?
Yes. It's like my Italian Job poster, the original Italian Job, that has something resembling Michael Caine sitting in a chair with a Tommy gun and a cup of tea. 2 things that don't appear in the film because they don't use guns. And then there's a woman with a map drawn on her back kneeling before him. Well, there's not many women in the Italian Job. There's certainly none with maps on them. So again, great poster, terrible poster.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, completely agree with you.
All right, let's get on with the show. We open with the Universal logo, and then we hear bagpipes, the sounds of waves lapping at a shore, and the sight of a remote castle. It's obvious we're in Milwaukee.
I thought it was Bradford.
Did you? Really?
No.
I mean, it's supposed to be Scotland,
Yes.
but it's filmed in Ireland.
Yeah, no one's going to know, are they? Put bagpipes in it. It's Scotland.
I think that's why they did, right?
I'm surprised they didn't cut to a shot of a man eating a haggis.
Well, I'm surprised it didn't come up on screen, Scotland.
AD 1979.
Yeah, right. Men in diving suits run out of the castle and stand on parade. They have Folkes Fusiliers written on the back. 2 Fs.
Yes. Yes, I'm surprised they could fit all that on the back.
Well, some of them are big lads.
Some of them are very big lads, aren't they? They don't look like they should be
yeah.
in this team, but okay.
Oh, it's the 70s or the 80s, right?
That's true. There's hope for me.
There is. You could be a Folks Fusilier.
Well, I've been called something similar in the past.
You have, yeah. Folks approaches them wearing a yellow raincoat and a red and white bobble hat, appearing in the easiest version of Where's Wally?
He does look like a Wally thing. He also looks like a 1970s PE teacher as well, doesn't he? You know, with the whistle and the way he talks to them like they're all children, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He explains to his men what their assignments are about. Folks is annoyed that only one man completed yesterday's exercise on time, and that was him. He tells them that they will all finish on time today and holds up a grenade. He counts down and orders them to go. The music begins and the credits start. Folks appears to have a bucket of grenades. We cut to underwater as the frogmen swim by. Folks is on a rubber dinghy. He starts throwing live grenades into the water. How did he finish yesterday's exercise on time when he appears not to actually take part in these exercises?
Maybe he took part in it yesterday and today he doesn't feel that he needs to because he was the one that completed it on time.
Who was flinging the grenades around yesterday?
I don't think they did that though, did they? I think that's why he's saying that everyone will complete it on time today.
Oh, it's added encouragement. So he did yesterday's when there was no danger, but he's not doing today's when there's danger.
Well, that's how you'd do it, Colin. That's how I'd do it.
I'd face those grenades. I'd eat them. Fat them out.
I'd like to see that. No, I wouldn't.
Sometimes it's like I have.
I know. Yeah, you've had that problem before, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure that he's meeting health and safety standards, even in the 70s, throwing grenades at his own head.
I don't think so. No. Yeah. I'd quit at that point.
I think so would I, yes.
Yeah.
It's a very rousing score. I like the score.
The score's rousing, but the action on screen doesn't really match the score, does it? It's just a couple of fat blokes swimming while some explosions go off.
and it doesn't really match what's going on screen for the rest of the movie either.
No. So this is one of those things where you think, oh, if you were expecting a James Bond film, you'd be like, well, this is a bit low budget.
It's a man in a dinghy throwing grenades in the water.
Yeah, while some murky people swim underneath.
A lot of the crew are people that have worked on Bond films, aren't they? The behind-the-scenes people in this.
I'd imagine they were. Yeah, that would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's explosions going off around these men, and they continue to swim. They reach his boat. That's better. Next time we'll make it more difficult, he tells them. How?
What's he going to electrify the water?
Yeah, I don't know.
Throw a shark in there?
Yeah, maybe. A shark with a grenade.
Attached to each fin. That's it. You can't do that anymore, Colin. I don't think you could do that in the 70s.
They can?
No.
All right. No. We cut to after the training. We see that Folks likes cats as they're everywhere. Folks is telling Harris, like he's second in command, that they need to do better in the training. He's constantly moaning about the training.
Well, yeah, this is why we find out, don't we, that everything has to run like clockwork for him, doesn't it? He prides himself on everything running like clockwork, and when it doesn't, he gets quite irritated.
True. Harris asks if Mr. Fletcher has a new job for them. Presumably, replies Folks. Fletcher asks Folks if he'll be staying at his club, but Folks reveals that the club has voted to accept women, so he has resigned. He opens the safe, takes out a wad of money and places it in his bag that he's packing, and then he packs a bottle of Scotch whiskey. He packs a bag like you, Paul.
Do you know, I knew that was coming. I knew. I wasn't sure exactly how you would word it, but I knew it was coming. Yes, you're not wrong though. I mean, you've got to put the essentials in there, haven't you? You don't know how long you could be away.
That's true.
It's a big bottle of whiskey as well.
Well, it lasts you what, an hour?
I'm surprised it lasts Folks as long as it does. The amount of swigging he's doing all the way through this movie.
Yeah. He tells Harris that he's in charge and that he shouldn't forget to feed the cats. And so he heads off to the station. And we see him wearing something interesting.
Yeah, he's dressed in kind of eccentric Victorian gentleman clothes, isn't he?
Like Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah. He's not dressed like this later, though, is he?
No?
It's just here in this little bit. Okay.
Yeah. Would you wear one of those?
It's kind of a nice suit.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Would you wear the coat, though, that he wears?
I feel like you're building up
Which
to
is the
something here, but
The full-on Sherlock Holmes coat, right?
well, it's funny you should say that. I might be attending something at some point this year if it happens, and I might dress like Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, you're not back in court again, are you?
No, luckily not. No.
Remember what happened the last time when you went dressed as Moriarty?
That was a mistake. Yes, I shouldn't have done that.
Right. He looks guilty. Oh, no shit. Looks like Moriarty.
The big twirly moustache didn't help either, and the top hat.
No, especially as the moustache was twirling like spinning round and round.
Just spin it around on my
On
face.
its own. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a strange choice. I suppose it's to accentuate his uniqueness, isn't it, in the film?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So he boards a compartment, and as he steps in, he looks disgusted because there's a woman with a man there.
Yes.
He sits down, breaks out the whiskey, and takes a swig. She looks horrified. And then Ffolkes takes out a tapestry and starts crocheting.
Can you imagine trying to sell this character today? Can you imagine? He's a heavy drinking, misogynistic eccentric who does needlepoint.
Yeah.
Who's gonna play that? The Rock?
Ooh, that'd be good.
Would it?
Yeah, you can smell what the Rock's crocheting.
Very good. That'll be the cats.
Yeah. The woman takes out a cigarette and lights it. Ffolkes points out that they're in a non-smoker. That's the reason he selected this compartment. The woman asks him if he has a first-class ticket, which he shows her, and she reluctantly says her and her husband will find a smoker. A wise decision, he says as they leave. You know, he's not making a cat tapestry, really. He's making a flocked backing for his fuzzy felt commandos.
You're really rolling with this fuzzy felt business, aren't you?
Yeah.
See, I didn't get any of this from that film, so this is interesting.
You need to watch him more
I
deeply.
do. I need to delve more into what's going on, don't I? Yeah.
The psyche.
Psyche, yes.
Not your own psyche, though. Don't do that. That would be scary.
Scary for who? Not for me. I live with it every day.
Yeah, but you don't truly reveal it until you look into it.
That's dark. a bit like the psyche. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
He's already so different than Bond, isn't he? That we've seen, even down to the voice that he's using, Roger, in this film. It's kind of a gruffer, more rough, kind of more austere voice that he's using than he normally uses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ffolkes arrives at a house by taxi. He hands the taxi driver a £20 note. The driver says he can't change it. Ffolkes flips a coin for it, and the driver calls heads. The cabbie wins and gets to keep the money. So we've learnt that Ffolkes has a military background, runs a private army of some sort, expects the best from his men, and is ruthless in training. He hates women, but loves cats, drinks a lot, isn't too bothered about money, but likes to gamble. Not bad for less than 7 minutes into the film.
It's brilliant. It's so well put together, this. It really is. It gives you everything that you need to know about him in, what did you say, 7 minutes? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's perfectly written. And Roger, he's got some fantastic lines. And we've seen loads of them already.
Yeah, well, heard 'em, Paul. Can't see lines.
Oh, do you know, I don't see words in front of my eyes. I mean, I take pills for it.
Oh.
But, yeah.
Right. Pills, you mean the drink?
That's medication, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, of sorts, yeah.
If it's good enough for folks, it's good enough for me.
Oh, is that what we're living our life by now? That's worrying.
Is the bomb still ticking, by the way? Just want to check.
Oh, we've come close, but it's still ticking.
Okay, all right. Okay, this is nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, not for me.
Oh. He enters a building that looks like a kind of government embassy type place.
Mm-hmm.
And he meets Fletcher. Fletcher explains to folks about how there are a lot of oil rigs in the North Sea, all costing hundreds of millions, too many for the Army and Navy to keep secure, and that his organisation insures them. Turns out to be Lloyd's. He wants folks to work out what can be done if one is hijacked. Folks points out that the armed forces should already have a plan, but Fletcher says that because oil rigs are not buildings and they're hundreds of miles out at sea, you can't approach them without being seen or heard unless you approach from below. It's your tactic, that, isn't it? Stealthily approach from below.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's why they called you the submersible at school, right?
I did sink once in the swimming pool.
Yeah, and you had trouble keeping your periscope down.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, when it's as big as the one that I've got, it's pops out the water very easily.
Yeah, the shallow end. Folks says that only a superior intellect would have a satisfactory way of hijacking a rig, and that he'll put himself in the position of doing so and work out how to overpower himself.
Mm-hmm.
Got a very high opinion of himself, hasn't he?
He has.
Folks realises he has 5 months to figure it out because nothing is likely to happen until spring when the weather is better. And then he asks Fletcher, will Mercia be joining us for dinner? Fletcher says, I'm afraid not. Oh, pity, says Folks, not looking in the least bit disappointed.
And the other guy's kind of happy about it as well, I think, from the look on his face.
Yeah, 70s.
Men together.
Well,
Men together.
80s.
Yeah.
We cut to, and I don't know, is it Stavanger? I don't know how you pronounce it. It's in Norway.
Mm-hmm. Go with it. Pick one.
All right. Pick one. Okay. Well, we're never going to hear it mentioned again, so It doesn't matter. A ship in dock. Large cargo crates have been loaded onto a ship called Esther. Some men arrive in cars. One gets out and says they're from the press and wish to come aboard. The captain is expecting them. Although we don't know them yet, we see that Anthony Perkins is one of the journalists, so, we can assume they're the bad guys.
Yeah. It's like the opening moments of when Hans Gruber and his team turn up in Die Hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know they're not going to be up to anything good.
They're not writing a few stories and then
No.
taking some pictures and leaving.
No.
The captain tells them that they may be in for a rough trip because the weather forecast isn't good. He tells them they are dropping off parts of the drilling rig before going to the production platform. And we meet one of the few women in the film, Sanna, played by Leah Brody.
Jack Watson playing the captain. He's a fantastic actor. We've seen him. He's been in everything, hasn't he?
Yeah,
we saw,
he played Miss Moneypenny in the later Bond films.
and I'm sure he'd be fantastic. We saw him in The Wild Geese, which is the one that always springs to my mind. He's got some great lines in that as well. But his accent here, it's a little bit Chef from The Muppet Show, isn't it?
I didn't know you were an expert of Norwegian accents.
No, I'm an expert on The Muppet Show, Colin.
Ah, well, he's a captain of a ship that sails around, so maybe his accent has been afflicted by the various locations. Also, he's probably got an international crew and spends most of his time with them.
All right. All right. Be like that. See if I care.
All right. The men are introduced as journalists from different newspapers around the world. Lou Kramer, played by Perkins, Harold Schulman, Robert F. Hackerman, Art Webb, and two Japanese journalists, Eiji Tanaka and Sugura Yakamoto.
Mm-hmm.
So we see more equipment being loaded onto the ship, and then the ship casts off. Herring leads Kramer and Schulman to the wheelhouse, where they are greeted by the captain. Kramer pulls out a gun. He is taking over the ship. One of the crew tries to grab the weapon, but Webb shoots him dead from behind. They force the crew to throw the dead colleague over the side, even though the captain protests that he's entitled to a decent Christian burial. But then, on a boat, isn't that essentially throwing them overboard anyway?
It is, yes. You think...
Or maybe they're keeping the body somewhere until they get back to land, I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose they're not out for like a long time, are they? Not like,
No.
Did I see this right? But did Schulman steal the watch from the dead body before they throw it over the side?
Oh, I don't know. I wish I'd seen
I
that.
think he does. He takes it off. He takes it
Does
off
he?
the wrist, and then he sort of looks at it, shakes it, holds it up to his ear, and then walks off with it.
Nice. That's a nice little touch. I mean, you would, wouldn't you? Shame we're still watching it.
I wonder whether that was scripted or whether it was just something that they did.
Probably
You think so?
scripted. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't tend to. I don't see much ad libbing and improvising. It's like, because according to this, it was shot like only in a few months.
I suppose with being a lot of it being on a ship as well. I mean, there's also
Yeah, you gotta be careful. So all the crew are locked into the mess room and they discuss what is going to happen to them. They have enough food for a few weeks. Ackerman and Herring enter the mess room. Ackerman orders the 2 engineers to go down to the engine room. He tells the others that if they stick their heads out, he'll blow them off. Back on the bridge, Schulman explains to the captain that they've rigged a bomb in the hold that is connected to a case he has. One press of the switch and the whole ship will be blown up.
and Anthony Perkins' character Kramer, he mocks the captain's accent, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
And it's exactly the same as
Oh, it's just, yeah. Oh, so you're a terrorist.
exactly, yes. What do you think of Anthony Perkins in this film, then? I mean, I've read a lot of things online where a lot of people think that he's kind of miscast and he's not believable as a tough sort of hijacker or terrorist, but I completely disagree with that.
I think he's fine, but I don't think he's necessarily as tough as he really is, because there's a scene later that's a bit weird.
Oh, okay. You're going to talk about that when we get to it, then.
Yeah.
Personally,
Yeah,
I
but
think he's the exact right amount of sinister, and he's kind of sarcastic. He's got like a humorous edge to him as well a lot of the time.
Right. But I think he's also aware the plan is not exactly going
Yeah.
the way he wanted it to.
I kind of like the way that he views all his team as well. Like, they're all idiots, and he's the only one.
Oh, you like that, do
Yeah.
you? It's like being at work, is it?
I was thinking more along the lines of doing the podcast. But
Oh, you think everyone around you is idiots?
no. I was sticking it the other way around, Colin.
Oh, you're saying I'm Anthony Perkins.
Well, I'm not saying that, but you know,
I do have the ticking bomb.
you do, and your eyes light up every time you say it as well.
Ah, it's the thought of finishing early. So, like I said, they have a case and there's a switch, and one press of it and the whole ship will be blown up. We'll go up with it, says Kramer, but that's just one of the risks. Apparently, Schulman is an expert in explosives, and Kramer tells the captain not to try anything, that the supply of parts will be delivered to Roof, the drilling rig, in the normal way. We cut to Schulman telling Tanaka and Yakamoto, who are now in diving gear, that they have 30 seconds once they've primed the mines. Touch them after that, and they're fish food.
The model works pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, I like the model work. My only complaint, it's not really a complaint, but I noticed that the weather when they're showing the model work doesn't really match the other scenes.
That is true.
So like they'll be in a big storm, and then it'll cut to the model and it's blue sky.
That is true. But the weather aside, sometimes it's hard to tell the model work from the actual shots because they mix and match it all together so well that you don't really notice it.
Yeah. No, it's good. Yeah. So they dive into the water. Esther docks with the drilling rig, which is a massive oil platform. The 2 divers lock the mines onto the drilling rig and prime them. Kramer waits impatiently as the parts are loaded onto the rig and the divers return. Schulman reveals that now they can blow up not just themselves but also the drilling rig roof by using the switches in this case. It's now 2 hours until they reach the production platform. Kramer orders the captain to dock with the platform in the normal way. The captain refers to them as terrorists, but Kramer says they are not. Terrorists are confused. He knows what he wants.
His attitude is very similar to Hans Gruber, isn't it, from Die Hard?
Yeah, the more you talk about that, the more there are connections, right?
I wonder whether it'd be very strange if it was, but I wonder whether the writers were aware of this film.
Well, yeah. I mean, Die Hard is based on an old book.
Yes, that almost got made with Frank Sinatra, didn't it, at one point in the 70s?
Yeah. Yeah, because he did 2 of the other books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a good point. So they're now going to dock with Jennifer, which is the big, massive oil platform, the production plant. And the divers, again, are going to place mines onto the struts of Jennifer, which sounds strange saying that, but there you go. The person in control of Jennifer, again, is the name of the production platform, is called Mr. King. Kramer asks the captain to call Mr. King on Jennifer. Kramer tells King that he's the temporary captain of Esther and that he's got mines stuck on the drilling platform and under the rig that King is on. He wants the British government, who are the primary stockholders with both Ruth and Jennifer, to pay them a ransom of £25 million in 5 different currencies, and that they have 24 hours or they will blow up Ruth, and 4 more hours and Jennifer will be destroyed. If anybody takes action against them, then everything will be blown up.
25 million doesn't sound like a lot now, does it? I suppose it was back then.
Well, it's a massive amount. Yeah, I mean, it's still... you don't get up for like less than 25 million,
I
do you?
wish. I wish.
We cut to Privy Council building. That's not privy as in
Yes.
toilet, just in case you were wondering, Paul. And we see a Mr. Tipping about to leave when he gets a phone message about the hijacking. He calls the Prime Minister. We cut to Downing Street. The Prime Minister sits down and she requests a whiskey. Little note here, filming of this finished in May 1979. Margaret Thatcher became Prime Minister on May the 4th, 1979.
I wondered how close to Margaret Thatcher becoming Prime Minister this was.
So right before she became Prime Minister. So either someone thought she was a dead cert. Well, I don't know if she was at the time.
And if she wasn't, it was kind of a new thing to do, wasn't it? To make the Prime Minister female. She's written very similar to how years later Judi Dench's M is going to be written as well.
Tippings is there with other politicians, and they reveal that they can't get the Royal Commandos there without them being seen, and that Jennifer is the largest production platform ever built. It would cost £15,000 million to replace, which sounds like a sum just made up, doesn't it? And it cost $25 squillion.
I wonder whether they made it up on purpose anyway, because a lot of them treat the Prime Minister like she doesn't really know what she's talking about. They have looks on their faces sometimes, don't they, that, oh yeah, we can just steer this the way that we want.
Now, do you think that's because she's a woman or because that's how Prime Ministers are treated?
It's probably a bit of both, but I think the implication in the film is it is because she's a woman. Yeah. Right.
So they talk about the fact there'll be a huge loss in fuel revenue and damage done by pollution if the rig is destroyed. There's also the cost to Lloyds, who are covering the insurance. Tipping suggests that whilst the British government couldn't pay the terrorists, maybe Lloyds could. And it's pointed out that there are 600 people on the rig. The Prime Minister is open to talking to Lloyds as they have their own negotiation team and other means, in inverted commas. We cut back to the rig. Ackerman is trying to hit on Sana.
Yeah, I don't think he hits on her, does he? It's more like he wants to...
Yeah, he does it. No, he does at this point, but later on he tries it stronger. Because he tells her they want breakfast on the bridge now. And she tells them when it's ready. So she's a defiant character.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
We also see that, ironically, as his name is Herring, he's seasick.
I never thought of that. That's actually quite good. Yeah. Yeah.
And we should point out that Herring is the person who brought these people aboard. And right now, we believe him that he's been duped by him as well.
That's what we're led to believe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Going back to what you said about Sana, all three of the female roles in this are quite well written, aren't they?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Quite strong characters.
Yeah.
I think that's obviously to offset the misogyny that we get from the lead character, isn't it?
Yeah, I would imagine so. Yeah. When they are left alone, one of the crewmen asks Sana about what kind of poisons they have in the hospital. She tells him that they have morphine, but the captain has the key and probably won't let them use it. But she'll ask when she can. We cut to Fletcher, some Navy officers and the Prime Minister watching a training video of Ffolkes that was somehow filmed with cutaways, edits, close-ups.
I did make a note of that as well. How did they manage all those close-ups and all the different angles? Did they have a camera crew lugging dirty, great big film cameras all over the place? A boom mic and everything?
Looks like it. and a director.
Yeah.
He's going, that was lovely, darling. Can you do it again?
Yeah, it's very strange.
Look, well, Butch.
I think it's one of those movie conceits, isn't it, that we're just supposed to not think about.
Yeah. Yeah. And the video finishes with Folks taking a swig of his whiskey.
And doesn't he tell them to shut the camera off now? Because he realises they're still filming him.
Yeah. They discuss using Folks. Dippings points out that the video was shot over a month ago, and the uncanny thing is it's accurate to how Kramer has got aboard using a supply ship. Admiral Brinston thinks the Navy should do it, but they don't have a budget for it. And it's revealed that Rufus Excalibur Folks, that's his full name, his men are all ex-commandos. We cut to we cut to Folks' training, his men, again on scaffolding, designed to look like an oil rig. Admiral Brinston arrives, and while he admires Folks' professionalism, he's still not keen on a civilian doing his work. The naval officer with him says that Folks deducing how somebody might hijack the rig was either the work of a genius or very lucky. Brinston hopes that Folks is both.
I love the Admiral's snobbishness about Folks not being regular. It's you can imagine this is how it would be if they have to use what they would term a civilian outfit to do their job.
You know he doesn't mean that he poops every morning.
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay, just checking. He's not regular. I'll have you know, I have my brand flakes. Oh, my brand folks, as I like to call them.
Very good. I love James Mason's voice as well, in everything that he's ever in. He has a very distinctive and great voice. Very commanding, isn't he?
Folks sees the naval officers and talks to them. It's a bristly conversation. Brinston says, I hear you hope to get your men to the wheelhouse unobserved. Folks replies, I don't hope anything. If I say I will get my men to the wheelhouse unobserved, then I will do so. The naval officer says he was telling the Admiral that Folks has his men so well trained that they can find their way around Esther with their eyes shut. Folks replies, if any of my men moves around anything with their eyes shut, I will personally gouge them out. It's time for a drink. Bit early, points out Brinston. At 4 hours since breakfast, it's late. Paul leans back and says, you are my hero.
I do look up to him slightly, yes. He's. How is he not permanently drunk?
Maybe he is.
Well, he hides it very well.
Back at Folks' home, he introduces them to Harris. They talk about the plan. They don't know how many people have taken Esther. Folks says apart from the odd stun grenade, they will only use knives and special harpoon guns. They don't make a sound unless they hit bone, but they won't because, he says, my men know their way around the male anatomy. As do you, Paul.
I knew it was coming. Again, though, all joking aside, all the little hints and lines here, hinting that Folks could be gay, couldn't he?
Yeah, could be, yeah. He picks up his cat. I like cats, and I don't like people who don't. He continues with the plan. While the Navy creates a diversion, Folks' men will surround the wheelhouse. Harris will toss in the stun grenade, and I will kill the man nearest the remote controls. Brinston is surprised that he has to go aboard Esther, but Folks says that Brinston will be there in his official capacity and that Folks will be his flag officer. The bad guys will let them board because they will offer themselves as additional hostages when they start to get nervous. And Folks says, and I will see that they do get nervous. Brinston takes a drink.
Do you think that he's, in the whiskey drinking scene, Folks is just sizing the Admiral up? He's got a look in his eye like he's watching him and just to see what he's testing him slightly.
Yeah, that would make sense because he's going to need Brinston as part of the plan.
Exactly, is what I'm saying. Is seeing it, what his nerves like. Is he what his character is?
Yeah. Back on Esther, the captain is in his room having a shave. Sana asks if he wants some tea. Ackerman enters and tells the captain he's needed now. They leave, but Ackerman shuts the door, trapping Sana and him alone in the cabin. He starts to unbutton her shirt, but the captain reopens the door and Sana can leave.
Yep, bit of possible rape.
Yeah, 80s. Yep. The captain enters the wheelhouse and Kramer orders him to put a call back to King. He's suspicious that they haven't made the news. And they haven't made the news because the Prime Minister has put a D notice on it. which is a very popular phrase in 80s films.
Yes, I've heard it in Bond. I've also heard it in Callan in the 70s as well.
Yep, one more film you've heard it in that we've done in a podcast. I even know the line, believe it or not, for some
Give me
reason.
the line.
You want me to give you the line? This is a D-notice situation.
Oh, yeah. Who Dares Wins? Oh, no.
Life Force.
Life Force.
Yeah. When the guy arrives and he says
Oh,
this is a D-notice situation.
yeah. I think we even commented it on the time, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Life Force and Folks. That's the link. Is the D notice. Who'd have thought it, eh?
Yeah. Okay, King tells them that they're doing their best. Kramer reiterates the time that they have left. King tells them that Admiral Brinsden is on his way and he'll be landing on Jennifer. Kramer says he hasn't given permission for anybody to land. King points out that it'd be hard to deliver any money to him if no permission is given. Kramer says, all right, you can land. We cut to Brinsden waiting for a plane to land, and Tipping steps out. As they walk, they discuss Ffolkes. Brinsden says that Ffolkes has enough chips on his shoulder to sink a battleship, but on the other hand, he suspects the right man for the job was chosen. Ffolkes pulls up on a motorcycle. So Ffolkes is annoyed that Tippings is coming. They get into the helicopter. On the flight, Tippings gives the briefing from the Prime Minister to Brinsden, while Ffolkes takes a swig of whiskey.
And then I love how he just takes out his needle point as well.
Yeah, and he reveals that he's been working on it for 17 years.
He says, doesn't he, that he doesn't really do it. The point of it isn't to complete it, is it?
Yeah, because he said, like, do you enjoy it? And he's like, no, it's boring.
But it helps him think.
But it focuses his mind. Yeah, exactly. They fly over roof. Brinsden reveals that divers will be going there to defuse the mines. Ffolkes says that's a silly idea because the mines are probably made to explode if they are ever disturbed. We cut to Jennifer. There's a storm picking up. The captain wants the weather forecast turned on in case they need to turn into the wind, and he wants the engineer in the wheelhouse. Kramer lets him go and get the engineer, but sends Webb to follow him. The captain goes into the mess room and tells the crew to put on their oilskins because they're changing position. They leave, but Sana shuts the door before the captain can go. She wants the key to the poison cabinet.
Now, is that a thing on a ship? You have a poison cabinet?
Well, yeah, you'd have morphine because morphine numbs the pain, but too much morphine can kill you.
I just imagine it being labelled poison cabinet.
Yeah, that's that skull and crossbones sign at poison.
I
That's what they use.
find it a very strange idea that there's a poison cabinet. I think it's the phrase poison cabinet.
Right, right. What would you prefer? Nasty liquid cabinet?
Well, it's just medical supplies, isn't it, or something?
Things you shouldn't drink cabinet?
Oh, you don't want to put that around me, do you?
No, you'd see that as a challenge.
Well, let's just remind our listeners, we are playing characters.
Well, I am. Should point out that while this conversation is going on about the poison, Herring is still sitting in the room feeling ill.
Mm-hmm.
The captain ignores her and leaves her in the mess room. The crew start working on turning the boat around. Engines are started. They see the helicopter landing on Jennifer. Ffolkes forces them to walk slowly into the rig in case they're being watched. King's secretary offers to take Ffolkes' coat, but he refuses. I didn't know they had females aboard these things.
Yeah, it's a great reaction when she tries to help him with his stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. It's only one step away from him going, oh, woman?
Yeah. In that voice as well.
Yeah, yeah. Kramer is on the phone and King takes the call. Kramer tells him that the helicopter is not to leave and he wants to know who exactly arrived. King tells him that Admiral Brinsden and his flag lieutenant arrived, nobody else, and that the Admiral will be in touch with him. Kramer gets sarcastic. I'm sure he will, unless he's come to lead you in a chorus of God Save the Queen as Jennifer sinks at about 40 fathoms of North Sea. But what's his hurry? He's still got 6 hours and 18 minutes to play with. And then hangs up.
He's got some good lines.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Back on Jennifer, folks analyse Kramer from the conversation. Paranoid, momentarily drunk on power and revelling on it. Oh, it's a bit like you when you edit the podcast.
I'm not used to having that much power, Colin, as you know.
Gone to your head.
Well, you abdicated, so...
That's true. It's true. Gave up the throne.
Passed it down to me.
Threw the crown away.
Yeah, yeah.
Hit you on the head. You took it, grasped it, licked it.
Licked it.
Yeah, I could just, my precious. Ooh, crown it is. Put it on head.
It's a shame that we don't do this on YouTube because you really threw yourself into that part. Then it was fantastic, Colin. It was like watching Andy Serkis motion captured. It was amazing.
Ffolkes continues, don't talk to him for an hour. He's suggesting there is no hurry. It's exactly the opposite of what he feels. He's bursting to know our reactions to his threats. What are we supposed to do for the next hour? Asks Brinsden. Think, Admiral. Think, replies Ffolkes.
So back on the ship, Kramer is getting a little bit edgy about the helicopter when he notices the captain fiddling around inside his dungarees. His own.
Yeah, he's adjusting himself, isn't he?
I thought he was just scratching.
Well, he's a fisherman. He's probably got crabs.
The captain says that he's looking for his pipe, and Kramer allows one of the ship's crew to go to his cabin to get it for him. In reality, it isn't a pipe that he wants, but the key to the poison cabinet.
Right, yeah.
The crewman takes it, and he also grabs a pipe, kind of as an afterthought, so that it kind of looks the part when he goes back.
Well, he has to get it, otherwise they'll be like, why you didn't bring me pipe back?
Yeah, but he almost forgets, doesn't he? He starts to go.
Yeah, he does. He forgets.
And then realises. Kramer speaks to the Admiral on the phone. The Admiral tells him that they're trying to get the money together, but Kramer says that he's heavily researched the whole project and he knows exactly how these things work.
Yeah. It's nice when someone does a bit of research, isn't it?
I was going to say, it's exactly like when we, the preparation that we do for the podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The Admiral convinces Kramer to allow the helicopter to leave to bring the money back. But Kramer launches into a crazy speech about meeting the timetable and what will happen if there's no money. Again, Perkins is excellent in this bit.
He is. Before you continue, I should point out to our listeners that we do a lot of preparation and we actually label our preparation because I do A, so preparation A, and yours is H, right? Because you have preparation H. I do piles of research.
Piles and piles. You've got no idea.
Yeah. No.
It's clear that the first deadline can't be reached. But
you said it twice. Is there two deadlines?
Well, it's Ffolkes, so it's FF.
Oh, yeah. Good. Nice.
I'm going to say it again. It's clear that the first deadline can't be reached, but Ffolkes says that the helicopter should still leave with a message to say that they should make it seem that Ruth has exploded accidentally. Kramer and his men wouldn't be able to visually confirm this as they're too far away, and it would mean that they would be unlikely to blow it up themselves.
Yeah. It's a plan.
It's a plan. It's a bit of a it's a risky plan, let's say.
Oh, there's a worse one coming up in a bit.
Okay, you'll have to tell me. The Admiral isn't quite convinced though that Kramer just wouldn't press the button anyway and blow it. Which you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, might as well.
Ffolkes also wants the helicopter to take 3 people off the rig. King suggests some of the women. Nonsense, barks Ffolkes. If women want equality in life, they must also accept it in death. You're going to get that on a t-shirt.
T-shirt.
Oh, fuck. Ffolkes suggests taking off the 3 youngest crew members, regardless of sex. And that's what they do. Kramer watches the helicopter fly away. Then he goes to the bathroom, but he's concerned about the captain's crew. Shulman reassures him, if anyone so much as farts in the wrong key, he'll end up with his brains all over the floor. It's a strange thing to say, but...
It is, yeah. Can I also there's a little bit when they're on the bridge before Kramer walks away, and that Harold tells Kramer that he should get his head down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice him rubbing Kramer's chest?
Was he?
Yeah, he says, oh, you should get your head down. And he's just like massaging his chest like that. And then Kramer just glances at it but says, yeah, probably, and then says he's going to go.
So
And I was like, so is there something between Harold and Kramer?
I was going to... Yeah, so do you think that's what they were going for?
It seemed it. It was just a weird moment.
I wonder whether it was something that the two actors came up with. Because if it's a weird moment that's never referenced in the script at all, I wonder whether it's just something they came up with themselves.
Yeah, maybe.
In which case, maybe when he did take the watch off the dead body, that could have been something that he just came up with.
Yeah, maybe.
If that is the case for both of these things, then the actors are really putting everything into it, aren't they? They're really...
Far more than the film deserves, really.
The captain tells one of his crew to go tell Santa to start the dinner. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Pretty much what he does. It's all bar the winking, isn't it? The crewman meets up with the rest of the crew and passes on the key. Santa offers to do it, but Herring says that he'll go instead. The crew are surprised at his bravery. But after he leaves, it suddenly dawns on them that Herring is probably working with the hijackers.
I got to admit, I probably would have been suspicious of Herring from the very beginning.
So, do you think that the seasickness was just an excuse for him to be in there with them? Or do you think he genuinely really is seasick? Because doesn't it stop?
Yeah, it stops when they
Figure it out.
rescue him. Yeah.
Santa and another crewman step out under the ruse of getting more supplies, but really they got to head off Herring.
Okay. Sorry, head off herrings. It's actually hard to say. I was surprised you got away with that one.
Especially in my state. No, I'm fine.
Yeah.
They grab him and they tie him up in a cupboard. Santa heads back while the crewman goes to the poison cabinet. But he doesn't know that Kramer is watching through a crack in the door.
Ooh, bad move.
I guess that's because he just got out the toilet.
Yeah, I think he's suspicious of everybody, right?
Oh, yeah. I don't think he even
well.
trusts his own men, does he? Mm-hmm.
No.
Now, the next scene is one of the best in the film, I think. So, the crewman passes out the poisoned food and drink, but Kramer toys with him, and he forces him to drink it himself. There's a bit of a fight, and Santa escapes onto the deck of the ship. She's pursued by one of the Kramer's men, but he thinks she's jumped overboard.
Because they see a sneaker floating,
That's right. Yeah.
trainer floating across the ocean. Yeah.
Back on the bridge, Kramer literally pours a pot of coffee down the sailor's throat, killing him, and then they throw the body overboard. It's really well done, this, and Anthony Perkins is so scary, I suppose, is what he is. I mean, you wouldn't mess with him, would you?
Yeah. No, puts me off with coffee.
No, he's a right psycho. Meanwhile, on Jennifer, the Admiral is tense as a message comes through in code. The simulated explosion is on for later, and it's Ffolkes who recognises the code. I suppose you're one of those people who does the crossword in 10 minutes, the Admiral asks Ffolkes. I've never taken 10 minutes, he replies testily. The Admiral calls Kramer to tell him that they can't get the money to them by 11, and asks him to reconsider blowing up Ruth, but Kramer's having none of it. Suddenly, there's an explosion in the distance. Kramer believes that the mines have been tampered with by the Admiral's men.
Yeah.
Kramer calls the Admiral, but Ffolkes talks to him instead, posing as the Admiral's lieutenant. Kramer is still adamant.
Lieutenant. It's the Navy. It's Royal Navy.
Oh, yeah,
It's not
sorry.
American Navy.
Sorry. Kramer, I'll say it again, you know I will. Kramer is still adamant that he wants his money and hangs up. Meanwhile, Ffolkes goes through a plan with the Admiral. He wants to show him how to create a diversion by asking Kramer if he wants a cigarette and then accidentally knocking them to the floor.
Yeah, this is the plan that I was thinking is a little silly. It's a lot of chance.
What, that his eyes will follow the cigarettes as they fall to the floor?
Yeah, or even that they fall out the packet properly.
Mm-hmm.
Or the guy doesn't go, don't pick those up.
Yeah.
It's just a very It's not a guaranteed plan.
I wonder whether it's something that Folks has used before, and it's maybe got a 60% success rate. So let's go with it.
Yeah, can you imagine like Brinsden does it and they shoot him, and then Fawkes is like, bloody hell, it worked.
Yeah. Well, it almost
Brinsden's
doesn't,
like,
though,
what?
doesn't it? It almost doesn't.
Well, yeah.
Because it's something that Folks does himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Admiral then has to bend down, leaving Kramer wide open for Folks to kill him. And at the same time, Folks' team will be retaking the ship. That's the plan.
Yep.
Kramer and Shulman untie Herring, and Kramer is having his doubts about Herring's usefulness.
Yes, he is.
Shulman wants to know what the escape plan is, but Kramer, well, he's playing his cards close to his chest.
What do you think his escape plan is? I don't really see one.
Yeah, because that ship's not moving fast, is it, that they're on? So if they're going to try and get away in the ship, unless they were thinking of maybe using the helicopter.
Yeah, weather's a bit lousy, but I suppose that's...
Mm.
But they're not all going to get in that helicopter, are they?
Maybe his plan isn't for them all to get away.
Yeah, because actually they're not going to get into it, because doesn't Folks say earlier, I hope you'll fit in to Tippings?
That's right, because one of them might have
So
to
there's
sit
only
on the floor, he says, doesn't he?
Yeah, and there's only 3 of them,
Yeah.
plus a pilot.
Maybe Kramer and Shulman are the only 2 that are probably going to get away together.
Yeah, it's Shulman and
Yeah.
Kramer.
Folks instructs the Admiral to call Kramer exactly at 2100 hours to distract him from maybe still pressing the bomb button for Ruth.
What time's 2100 hours, Paul?
That's 9 o'clock in the evening.
Nice. Yeah.
Can't believe you asked me that. The Admiral tells Kramer that his money will be coming soon. But Kramer wants the Admiral and his staff to come over to the ship at 11 as a reassurance that there won't be a booby trap put in with the ransom.
Don't look at me like that when you say booby trap. I'm not falling into your booby trap.
I don't know what you're talking about. I would never stoop to that level.
You don't most of the time. Anyone's saying anything. Hardly a news flash.
I wouldn't go down to that level, Colin.
No, it'd hurt your back.
I wouldn't get up again. Not with these knees.
No. Yeah.
Folks says that he doesn't like anyone changing his plans at short notice, and they need an excuse to get onto the bridge. This is where he's kind of he wants everything to run the way he wants it. As soon as there's a spanner in those works, he gets quite miffed, doesn't he?
Yeah. Which is odd, because you would think that happens all the time in these kind of operations.
Yeah, unless he's got a complete 100% success rate and everything always goes to plan.
Yeah.
And this is the first time he's ever encountered any difficulties, which is hard to believe. Especially as we already they already kind of showed us that his men aren't exactly perfect, are they? All the time.
No.
From the very opening scene. King and the Admiral give notes for their loved ones to Tipping in case they don't come back. Of course you'll come back, says Folks, concealing a gun in his hat.
Yeah.
Did you notice that in that scene when the Admiral is giving the note to Tipping and they have that little scene, did you notice what Roger Moore's doing on the couch behind them?
No, what's he doing?
He's making a meal out of looking at the gun that he's got in his hand, but without actually doing anything with it at all. He's just kind of like turning it over and over and looking at it, clearly waiting for the moment where he has to, pull the slide back and do his little bit. He's trying to look busy.
Right. Or maybe he's embarrassed because of all this. Here's my letter to my wife kind of thing.
That's a good way of looking at it, yeah. Yeah, if you wanted to do it in the movie universe,
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. I always wanted to do it in the movie universe.
Oh, we know what kind of movies you're talking about, Colin.
Yeah, animation. Musicals.
You want to do it in musicals?
Yeah.
West Side Story? Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors, yeah. That would be
Bit
better.
more Rocky Horror, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Really, for you.
Yeah. I played a plant. Sheba!
Wouldn't you want to play Frankenfurter in Rocky Horror with the fishnets on? It's more you, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that. That'd be fun.
You heard it here. Anyone, any budding casting directors out there wanna fill a role? Colin's your man to fill the role.
All right, Weinstein.
I'll probably leave that in. Folks gives instructions to the secretary to call Kramer at 0032 hours. That's 12:32 to you, he says to her.
Yeah, I think she probably knows.
I think she does. She just looks at him all the time with this
Yeah.
you're unbelievable look on her face, doesn't she?
Yeah. It's more. Also, it's a bit more like a poor man kind of
Yeah.
reaction.
Although I think that by the end of the film, there seems to be a kind of respect on her part anyway for him. Even though she
Right.
finds him exceptionally irritating.
Yeah.
And he tells her to ask to speak to each of us to verify our well-being. Otherwise the ransom won't be paid. They synchronize their watches and get into the, what would you call it? It's kind of like a transport cradle that's hanging from the helicopter.
Yeah, we can go with that.
And it flies them over.
I thought you was having trouble with the word helicopter. I thought you was going to say, what do you call it? It's a thing that has a rotor blade on
Spinny
top.
things.
I was thinking, because a previous podcast where you confused plane with helicopter, I was thinking, here he goes. He's going to call it an aeroplane. He doesn't know.
No,
He's going to have trouble.
I've done my homework. Thank you.
Yeah. So they get in the heli car.
Plane copter. And they are taken over to the ship. Kramer's men search them, and they are taken to meet him on the deck. Kramer and Ffolkes lock eyes. I don't like you, Kramer tells him. How fortunate, smiles Ffolkes. Roger's just too cool, isn't he, in these kind of moments. The Admiral and King are locked up, but Kramer wants the helicopter to return, and he wants Ffolkes to go back with it. Ffolkes just smiles, and then gets on and returns back to the rig.
Can I also point out that he doesn't just say, I don't like you. He says, I don't like your face.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that is going to come back right at the end of the movie, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why I wanted to mention it.
Herring begs Kramer to be allowed to go as well. He wants out. But as Herring tries to get away, Kramer has him shot dead. And Perkins is really good in this bit. The way he puts his arm around Herring reassures him that everything's going to be fine. Yeah, don't you worry. Yeah, you've done everything. You got us on board. You did everything you were supposed to do. And then just gets him shot.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. We'll do many more podcasts. There'll be many more. Don't worry. You're fine. You're doing okay. Hello? Is that a podcast casting agency?
But you're playing a long game then, because this is what, episode 95 at this point?
Yeah, I'm auditioning quietly.
You're really lulling me into a false sense of security, aren't you?
Yeah, when we do episode 4000.
Yes, that's when the shot will come in. The listeners will just hear a shot and then a slump, and then I get a different voice. Talking.
Yeah.
Kramer thinks something's going on and orders his men to patrol the deck. Although I've written desk.
They probably patrol those as well, so you're okay.
You would think so.
There are desks on the ship.
So they're patrolling both. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he fingers the bomb switches.
Why? When you say that, it just sounds revolting. I don't know why. Put me off my dinner
I don't know why.
for the
either.
next 5 years.
Yeah, really? Back on the rig, the secretary is berating Ffolkes. I thought you knew all the answers, she says. How typical of a woman to make a remark like that at a time like this, replies Ffolkes before complaining that she's smoking.
Yes. Yeah.
The PM rings and speaks to Ffolkes on the phone, and he tells her that...
Oh, you should point out that when you're saying she's smoking, it doesn't mean like, man, she's hot, she's smoking, she's lighting a cigarette.
Yeah, because, referring to a woman as smoking is just the way that we always roll like that, Colin, don't we?
Well, you do.
I'm not like, oh, seriously. The, the PM speaks to Ffolkes on the phone, and he tells her that if anything goes wrong, the ship should be blown up. She wants to pay, but Ffolkes gives her a bit of a dressing down, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, it's the standard line that you hear in all these kind of things. You know, you pay this one, and then suddenly everybody's hijacking oil rigs all over the place.
Absolutely. He wants a bomb to be readied and to drop on the ship, unless he gives the signal that everything has gone to plan. Reluctantly, she agrees, and she wishes him luck. As Ffolkes puts down the phone, he remarks, "She seems to have some grasp."
There you go. It's coming
He
around,
is,
isn't
he
he?
is. Ffolkes then tells the secretary that he wants a wetsuit, a 45, and a harpoon gun, ASAP. "You really don't like women, do you?" says Tipping. "I do not," replies Ffolkes. He explains that he and his 5 sisters were raised by his great aunt, who dressed him in the hand-me-downs. Must have been weird.
Yeah, he was wearing women's
Yeah.
clothes, or girls' clothes, I guess.
Then, when he got married, he discovered that she also had 5 sisters who also needed his support. "I find cats a far superior breed," he says.
He also says, both my parents died tragically in childbirth.
That's right, yeah.
Both parents,
Yeah.
Paul. Which Tippings then pulls a face, because how does your father die in childbirth?
Do you know, and I never noticed that. I never noticed that. So he's being, so what, is he lying? Is he making up a story, or?
No. In the novel, in chapter 1, it's explained that his father, Augustus Ffolkes, had a heart attack after witnessing his premature birth, thus making him the only child to have had a father die in childbirth.
Well, that's a shame that they didn't go into that a bit more and explain it for the audience, because unless you've read the book, you're not going to get that little look, are you? And he did.
Yeah.
He didn't register with me. So he then, on the off chance that something could go wrong, hands Tipping a note.
Can I also say that Hans Tipping is my favourite Formula One driver?
I heard he got injured. I thought he was in a really bad crash recently.
He was, yeah.
Disfigured?
No, he's just folked.
He hands him the note, saying that on the off chance that something could go wrong, he wants to leave everything to his cats. And he wants Tipping to sign to verify that he's of sound mind and body.
Tipping's reaction suggests that he's not entirely sure that Ffolkes is of sound mind and body.
Well, there is always that concern, isn't there, with folks, that he could be slightly nuts. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or at least that if he's not nuts, he's a raging alcoholic.
Well, that's definite.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, catch a psychopath, send a psychopath.
Exactly. And he's a functioning alcoholic.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best kind.
That's true.
The best kind.
Gets the job done.
Yeah. So a bomb is loaded onto a helicopter. Kramer's men patrol the ship as King and the Admiral pace their locked cabin. The secretary gives Ffolkes his wetsuit, and it's bright red. A wetsuit in vermilion. Yeah, I love how they comment on it as well. There's a great line, isn't there? He says, "A wetsuit in vermilion, just what one needs at night."
Yeah, I mean, I assume it's just that's the suits that they have on that rig at the, which they would be brightly coloured, because if you're using one of those, you want to be seen.
Yeah, you're not going to. There's no need to be stealthy, is there? If you're working on the rig.
No.
But it's nice that they put that line in.
Yeah.
Just.
It's also nice that he doesn't use the word red.
Yes, he says vermilion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kramer speaks to Ffolkes on the phone. He reminds Ffolkes not to try anything, and tells him that he doesn't like the sound of his voice either.
Yeah.
Ffolkes dives and swims across to the ship, just as his men are moving in. Unfortunately, he's got no way of warning his men about the change of the plan.
Could be trouble ahead.
Could be. Ffolkes climbs up onto the ship. Stealthily, he moves around the deck, avoiding the guards as his men reach the ship as well. The secretary makes her call to the ship, but the line is dead. So I guess this isn't explained, so I'm guessing it's just gone down for a second.
Yeah, because of the storm, I'd imagine.
The Admiral and King are worried that they should have had their call by now, but the Admiral convinces Kramer to allow him to call in, otherwise the ransom won't be paid. So Kramer has them brought to the bridge.
Right.
Kramer tries to make the call, but the line is still dead. Ffolkes starts to move in. But as his back is turned, one of Kramer's men sees him. He raises his gun. But Sanna appears from a lifeboat and knocks him cold, so she didn't jump after all, and had just been hiding out all this time.
Yeah, nice. Smart.
Ffolkes thanks her, calling her boy. Girl, she corrects him. Looks like a boy, he says.
Oh, thanks arguing with her. I think she'd know.
And he still won't have it later, will he? He's like, it takes something in particular for him to realise, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Ffolkes' men start taking out the guards, while one goes to take the guard in red, vermilion.
Yeah.
But Ffolkes fights him off and tosses him overboard, saying, "Bloody fool." It is very funny, isn't it? The way he delivers it as well.
Yep.
Tipping gets through to the Admiral, telling him, everything is to go as planned. Wink, wink. Meanwhile, the helicopter carrying the bomb gets ready to drop it. Kramer thinks the money's coming. It's coming.
All right.
Ffolkes peeks through the window of the bridge, and everything at this point is just speeding by, isn't it? It moves really fast, this whole bit.
Yeah.
The Admiral nervously sees that the time has come, and he pulls the cigarette trick. The cigarettes fall to the floor, and just as Kramer quips that, he should give those up, Ffolkes stands up and shoots Kramer in the chest with the harpoon gun. And it kind of...
Yep, pinning him to the
it pins
wheel.
him to the wheel. Schulman fires back as Ffolkes takes cover. He shouts to his men, "Where the hell is Harris? Someone threw him over the side," a man replies. That is a funny moment. Schulman tries to reach for the detonator switch, but he gets shot with multiple harpoons.
Yeah.
Ffolkes quickly fires a flare, just as the helicopter... Now, does it accidentally drop it, but manages to shift it over to the side?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure on this one. Why the bomb misses the rig.
But it does. It drops into the water and harmlessly blows up in the sea.
Yeah. Yep.
Ffolkes then helps the Admiral up and calls the rig, telling them that the operation was a success as planned, naturally.
Yeah, he's not being totally truthful there, but all right.
He takes Sanna below and starts a hot shower to warm her up, all the while still referring to her as boy.
Yeah.
She undresses and he starts to warm her up. And finally, when he turns around to open up the shirt, he realises she is a girl.
Yeah.
Even so, he tells her, a lot of people owe you a great debt. And he hands her a towel and says, "And so do I." So he has moved forward slightly, hasn't he? He's acknowledged that,
It's a tiny step.
It's
one tiny step.
It's nice how they do it, though. It's a nice bit of character development without rubbing it in and making it a major thing as well. Back on the bridge, Kramer isn't as dead as he appears, and he starts to stir. He looks at the detonator, and his hand starts to edge towards it.
Ooh.
Luckily, Ffolkes appears and grabs his arm. They look each other in the eye, and just as Kramer is dying, he whispers to him, "I still don't like your face."
You know what he should have whispered to him?
What?
That's all, folks.
And then the iris closes and the music comes up. Well, this film's took a turn, hasn't it?
Yeah, that was weird. Last second, though.
Not sure I like it, but all right. Later, we cut to Ffolkes' castle. He and his men are lined up as the PM congratulates them. "I'd rather you didn't," he says. But she knows that he thinks of medals as a damn lot of nonsense. So she's chosen something a bit more appropriate for him.
Mm-hmm.
It's a box of kittens named Esther, Ruth, and Jennifer.
Ah, that's nice.
And he's actually quite moved by it, isn't he?
Yeah, well, you would be.
And to a round of applause from his men, he goes off to give them all a saucer of milk.
Is men?
Yes.
I think they'd rather have some beer or something, wouldn't they? That's
Well,
weird.
you'd take a saucer of milk rather than a grenade, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, if that's the options.
Well, that's what they've been getting up to this point.
That's a weird restaurant.
It is. And that's the end of Folks, or North Sea
Whoa.
Hijack, or whatever you want to call it.
Let's call it North Sea Hijack. So, Paul, what did you think of North Sea Hijack?
It's a very strange one, this, isn't it? It's an action-adventure movie with very little action or adventure.
Yeah.
But it's never dull, and it's never boring.
Oh, it rolls along with a great
does.
speed.
It never seems to slow down. It's really fast-paced, considering that a lot of it is just people in rooms talking.
Yeah, I mean, who wants to, listen to two people just talking to each other for endlessly droning on? Ugh.
Yeah, I'm backing away from that one slowly, okay? It's got great performances all the way across it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Of course, it's got Roger Moore, who commands every scene that he's in, playing a character that's completely against type for him, I would say.
Yeah.
And on paper, it's a character that should be completely unlikable. But yet, you kind of love him, don't you?
Yeah.
It's that unconventional nature that he's got that keeps you interested. Because you're always waiting to see what he's going to say next, or what he's going to do next, or all the little things that make him who he is. I would have loved to have seen maybe a series of these films, featuring Roger Moore reprising the role. It could have been a nice little side series that he did along with the Bond movies.
Yeah.
I'd have watched him
he's
do
got,
another one. Yeah.
different hijacks.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't even have to be hijacks. Can be something else. Just I'd watch him just going down the pub.
You want a whole film about him going down? Well, he's not going to go down to the pub.
That's
got
true.
all the drink at home.
That's true. Yes. But it'd be nice to have seen him play it again, I think.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
It is the kind of film that if it were made today, it would have more explosions, more gunplay, and over-the-top stunts.
Yes.
But it's a movie that proves that you don't need any of that to make a damn good, compelling thriller. So
Right.
I love this film. I think it's just a great movie, and it's a definite hit from me. Every day of the week, I never get tired of it.
Wow.
So, Colin, you hated it, right?
Oh yeah, it's crap. No, I like it too.
Mm-hmm.
It's got great performances, and I like the quirky touches that they've added to the roles. I think that's a very 70s and maybe 80s, but mostly it's a 70s thing.
Yeah.
I think that people did. It's actors at the top of their game.
Absolutely. Yeah. Even James Mason, who's getting on at this point.
Yeah. But they're all professionals.
Mm-hmm.
I like the story. I like the special effects, the model work, like we've said before. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like the fact that it's not 2.5 hours long.
That is very true. Somewhere in my mind, when I sat down to watch it, I thought it was a lot longer. But it's not. It's about 100 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's also a nice different setting. You don't get oil rig settings that much.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, for me, it's a hit.
Wow, shocker.
Who'd have thought it? Roger Moore film that we like.
I'm sure it'll come around again.
Sure it will. Oh, and so as we come to an end, I guess I could defuse this bomb. Didn't go off. You didn't say the phrase.
I'm lucky, aren't I?
You are. Yeah.
Yeah.
You came close.
Did I?
Yeah.
Are you going to tell me?
Do you want to know what it was?
Yes. I knew you were going to say that. Oh no!
Oh no! Oh my God! It's gonna go! It's gonna blow! Thank you for listening, and thank you to all our Patreon supporters. And you can download and listen to us wherever you want. Don't forget to check out the new website, retrospectionpodcast.com. Quick, go, 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 go!
was lucky.